Hello and welcome to Misfits on Vinyl. My name is Spencer Streichert. I'm an actor, comedian, and one of your hosts.
My name is Hammer Schmidt.
Hammer Schmidt?
Yeah, Schmidt.
Schmidt?
Yeah.
Schmidt? Like the movie about Schmidt?
Yes.
Something about Schmidt?
I'm an Israeli hammerhead shark.
You're an Israeli hammer. You do kind of look
Hammer
like...
Schmidt-Stein.
You look, I'm not going to lie, with those glasses and the mustache, you look like John Edema.
I don't know who that is.
He was a fake Green Beret and paramilitary guy who like just went over to Afghanistan.
Oh.
And like when the war started and just like started leading troops and nobody questioned him.
What a niche thing.
Dude, it's so weird.
What a niche reference right there.
I watched a whole documentary about him.
Nice.
Very odd. And then he ended up buying a place in Mexico and going batshit crazy and almost murdering his kidnapped wife.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, but he also invented paintball.
Oh. You learned something new. I love watching niche documentaries or whatever. I watched this one not too long ago about someone was shorting the Herbalife stock. And I watched like an hour and a half about it.
Like Herbalife, like the tea?
No, like the fucking it's like an MLM scam.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's called Herbalife. Yeah.
You know who I've been watching online lately that I've been really digging is the Illuminati, but it's spelled like naughty. Dude, this girl like fucking like deep dives into like a lot of pyramid schemes and shit.
Nice.
It's really funny.
That's cool.
There's some fucked ones.
I had this reminds me of I went to Catholic school and we had a religion teacher in grade 11 and 12. I had this teacher. I won't drop his name because I don't know if he's licensed to teach religion because we didn't learn. It was a world religion course. And
I've heard that about every single person who's taken a religion class.
Well, just to set up this teacher, he wore shorts all year round because he quote unquote didn't believe in pants.
Why?
Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, he said he even wore shorts at his wedding. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. He like grew his own food in his like backyard and shit. He's a little bit of a hippy dippy, but we learned about the Illuminati and the occult, and he talked about Freemasonry shit and like fucking. I mean, in my world religion class.
I mean, there's like the historical part of like the Illuminati or like the Freemasons, which I think is interesting.
My family's Freemasons.
Yeah, like I know quite a few Freemasons, and like they seem like they do a lot of good for the community. Not a lot of bad.
No,
you know.
Well, we learned about all sorts of different weird conspiracies. We definitely talked a little bit about 9/11.
Ooh,
yeah, it was a fun class.
Did he mention that the Jacksons had reunited for a special concert?
He actually
on September
did.
10th?
I had a fever dream and we brought it back. Also, we talk about 9/11 quite a bit, I have to say.
We do.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite topics.
You know what? It's because listen.
You're ready for a nuanced opinion about 9/11?
It's never going to go out of style to talk about 9/11 because Americans will never forget.
It's true. I saw a documentary about 9/11.
Was it The Falling Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, that's not him. That's not my dad. That's not my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does not want to claim that was...
No.
Yeah. And I mean, fair enough, because that's a pretty awful thing to lay claim to.
Well, that was everywhere. It was on like Time Magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that when I was way too young.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's one of those documentaries that people. There's also the one about the people that jump off the Golden Gate Bridge as well.
Oh yeah,
those are ones that people tell you to maybe watch when you're in a good mind space.
Yeah, watch when you're in a good mood so you can get bummed out. Mm-hmm. That's the perfect time to watch really really sad documentaries.
Exactly. Well, what's been going on, man? What have you been up to the past couple weeks?
I wrapped a play yesterday.
Very nice.
Yeah, did a children's theater show.
Very nice.
It was fun. I wrapped a TV show that also happened in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, we can't talk about that yet.
Can't talk about it yet. But I'm sure people would be able to figure it out if they zoomed in on my laptop. Yeah, just fucking honestly just so busy and doing comedy. But speaking of comedy, got a tour.
Yes, you do. You sure do.
Invermere, May 13th. And then I'm going to Swift Current, Medicine Hat, Kelowna, and then I'm on Vancouver Island, so get your tickets soon.
Very cool.
It's going to be fun, and we're at the Comic Expo.
Yes, and we've confirmed the date because we can read calendars.
Yeah, it is
April
27th.
It's the 28th.
It's the 28th.
Yes.
Okay.
The 28th.
It is the 28th at 6 p.m.
Yes, at the expo.
Come on the 28th, not the 27th.
Yeah, the expo is still going to be on the 27th, but we're there the 28th. We're doing a live podcast about video game music.
Yeah, and it's going to be really fun. I'm working on some surprises right now. We tried to get a special guest who was like a Calgary celebrity. And they were like, absolutely not.
But,
which, fair enough. I can understand why. It's intimidating to get onto a platform that is as big as ours.
It's true.
You know? We are the #1 English-speaking music history podcast in Chile.
It's true.
And we're climbing the charts in Saudi Arabia.
Let's go.
We've been on their music history charts for a few weeks now. I don't know
nice.
how. It's pretty
nice.
amazing, actually.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So, yeah. Should we do a call to action?
Yeah. Call to action. Every week on Misfits on Vinyl, we talk about an album. But we want to start hearing from you guys. So let us know what albums you're talking about. Sorry, I'm very hungover. I want to know what albums you guys want us to talk about. And, let us know what you want us to listen to. Because we'd love to review some fan-submitted albums. And, would love your feedback, too. Let us know.
And slide into our DMs.
Slide into our DMs. Follow us on Instagram, Misfits on Vinyl Podcast. We're always posting memes.
We got the Gmail.
Got the Gmail.
You can email us, misfitsonvinylpodcast@gmail.com.
Nice. I'm always, I got Canva Pro now, so our Instagram is going through the roof.
By the way, I wish you had said that you were going to get it, because we could have just added each other to each other's teams, and then we would have saved money on it.
Damn.
So we should have done that. That would have been...
Well, we got so much cash rolling in from the podcast, it doesn't even matter.
That's true. One
That's
of the perks of being the number 37th English-speaking music history podcast in Ghana is that you get a lot of cash flowing in.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, look at this elaborate set. We actually rent this apartment just for the podcast.
It's true.
Yeah, nobody lives here.
Nobody lives here.
No.
Why would anybody live here?
No, nobody lives here. Obviously, great couches.
Yep.
I mean,
we have a costume designer.
Yeah. I was gonna say we are wearing our normal clothes.
Yeah.
But there's nothing special going on today.
Nothing special.
No
today.
reason for us to.
But
be
we do
wearing
have a
such
costume
fancy
designer
attire.
on the payroll.
We do have a costume designer.
We have makeup as well.
Yeah.
We have to sit in hair and makeup for an hour before each show.
I know.
From primarily audio format.
Yeah, we're also. It's because we're so good looking that they have to uglyify us.
They have to uggo us.
Yeah, because it's too distracting. It fucks up the YouTube algorithm. We're too handsome.
Honestly does.
Yeah, it's facts. Anyways, we're back again this week. I think we have this new segment, right?
We do, but before we get into that, Sam the Tech Man wanted to know what's your review of The Minx?
Oh, yeah. Sam mentioned last podcast to all of our listeners, and specifically to me, to watch The Minx. And I watched it. And it was very good.
Yeah?
I was surprised at how good it was. He was very honest. There is quite a bit of penises. I'd say a large amount of cock.
I believe it's peni.
Peni, sorry. A large amount of cock.
Nice.
In the
I believe
TV
it's
show.
cockeye.
Cockeye. I thought that's what Spencer looks like in that wig, a little cockeye.
I do.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a very good show.
What wig are you talking about? I'm not wearing a wig.
Sorry. Very good show. It's like about the porno industry in the 70s, about making a trailblazing magazine.
Nice.
It's a very good watch. The acting's really good. Jake Johnson's in it. I forget the name of the lady in it, but it balances quite a bit of... all the main characters are not particularly likable people, but they have this sole goal of making this male, like a female-orientated porn magazine.
Yeah.
It's a really good watch.
I'm imagining there's a lot of bush.
Not really. You don't
Why?
You don't see a lot of titties.
No. I mean, like just anyone.
No,
Pubic
not
bush.
even the dudes are not even
Really?
rocking that many bushes.
Well,
but
that's just wrong. In the 70s, they were all like flowing down there like a
Yeah,
forest.
I mean, I didn't do any like extensive research into the historical accuracy of the Peni.
I mean, listen, I've seen The Green Door. I've seen Debbie Does Dallas. There's lots of Bush in both of those movies.
Fair enough. But I recommend it. It's on Crave. I don't know where it's on in the U.S., but they're picked up for a second season.
Hey.
The ending, I'd say, was a little bit on the weaker side, but overall, the show was a very good watch. It's only like 9 episodes.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're all between like 25 minutes and 35 minutes. It's quick to get through. We watched it in like 3 days.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Okay. I might have to check it out now.
Yeah.
All right.
I give it a thumbs up.
You give it a thumbs up?
I sure do.
Nice. I'm going to finish this segment
Nice.
by introducing our next segment.
Mm-hmm. The newest segment.
The newest segment. Because it is...
Watch one day, he's just gonna like rip some insane.
What I loved is that the one day where you were like, Spencer's like, don't cut it out. You cut it out. I loved that.
Give it to me.
I'll
I'll accompany you. Here you go.
I'm looking forward to this. This is our new segment that we've only done like 4 times now. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's
All
still
right.
fresh.
So, Sam's Today in Music History.
Yes.
In 2000, Metallica filed a suit against Napster, Yale University, the University of Southern California, and Indiana University for copyright infringement. Of course, everybody has seen the animation of Lars when all of that was going on, where they made him like a little troll. They made him like Gollum, and he's like, yes, let's sue them. And he's like whispering into James Hetfield's ear, and James Hetfield has like a huge overbite, and he's like, oh, it's so fucking funny.
That is funny. Yeah, it might be worth it at some point in time to do a little bit of a deep dive into the Napster Metallica fiasco.
Which, honestly, like, funny enough, like, they were right. But then what we ended up getting in the end was still free music for everyone, and you're making some money, but it's still not what it was
it's not
with
great.
albums.
I mean, I remember when LimeWire was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking miss LimeWire so much.
LimeWire was the best, and then all your songs would be named like MP3 file 6099.
Yeah.
And you had to actually physically go back and change the names of the songs.
Or you would upload it into iTunes, and then it would automatically do that for you.
Yeah.
Which, that was my way of doing it. I would always just throw shit into iTunes.
I used to use YouTube to MP3 all the time as well.
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
That was a big one I used to use as well.
Yeah, I still do that sometimes.
Nice. It's
yeah.
impressive. It's impressive.
I'll
How
still...
I used the bleep on the last episode.
I like how I was like, which bleep? Because I was like, there could be a lot.
I like those websites. I like those websites because when I'm downloading music illegally, I love to learn about the sexy singles in my area.
That's true.
It's the win-win situation.
I'm yet to know anybody who has met any of the sexy singles.
No, I don't think they exist. I
That's
think
sad.
I think they're fake.
Are they just trapped in the computer?
I have
Yeah.
a story. My good friend's neighbor was a porn star.
Nice.
And her photo was used as one of those, and she had to like sue to get it taken down. But
Really?
I knew one of those sexy singles.
Wow.
Wow. That's an anomaly.
That is an onomatopoeia.
Yeah. Is it?
Precisely.
Nice. I got thumbs now.
You're evolving.
I am. Slowly.
Okay. In 1989, 2 DJs on Los Angeles station KLOS asked, "Whatever happened to David Cassidy?" The singer called the station up, and the presenters invited him onto the show. David played 3 songs live on air and was subsequently signed by a new record label. That's pretty cool.
That's a cool little story.
That's a cool little story.
Yeah, I like that one.
In 2010, the Vatican's official newspaper, L'Osservatore Romano,
Nice.
published a story praising the Beatles and saying that it forgave John Lennon for the 1966 comment that the group was bigger than Jesus. I don't think it's really their place to to forgive him for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think that the only person who can forgive is Jesus, and I don't think he really gave a fuck. I don't think he wanted to be big.
I think the Vatican has a couple more pressing issues they should probably take care of.
You know,
a couple
I
more
agree.
things to rectify than John Lennon saying the Beatles are bigger than Jesus.
Like, as a city-state, they don't really have an economic center.
No.
They should maybe focus on that first.
Yeah, what sort of industry do they have besides exploiting poor people for
And
money?
children.
Yeah, and definitely children. Yeah.
Okay.
God bless.
Well, hopefully he doesn't bless them.
Yeah.
Fuck. In 1975, during an interview with Playboy magazine, David Bowie announced his second career retirement, saying, "I've rocked my role. It's a boring dead end, and there will be no more rock and roll records for me. The last thing I want to be is some useless fucking rock singer."
And then he can... What year is it? 75? Is that what you said?
75.
Yeah, well, then he continued to make rock records for about another 40 years.
I think he released one in 76.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he was saying there.
Yeah, I guess he didn't realize that things could be quoted and put into history books. Because he ended up releasing a bunch of rock records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed like a very weird dude.
Yeah, I like the mystique around him. He's a very interesting cat.
Yeah. He had another, kind of like Johnny Cash, where his last music video was very dark. And you're like, ugh. Fucking that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did.
And then he died, and you're like, oh, never mind.
This is the last record, Black Star, is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
In 1967, Mick Jagger was punched in the face by an airport official during a row at Le Bourget Airport in France. Jagger lost his temper after the Rolling Stones were being searched for drugs, resulting in them missing their flight. Now, okay. Airport officials sometimes deserve to be punched in the face. I kind of think that he might be in the right there.
I don't know. I think this is... He got punched in the face.
He got punched in the face.
I think... I don't know. If in the 60s... I'm not surprised I got searched at an airport. This is the most Yeah, I mean...
Especially when their songs are about drugs a lot of the time.
And I mean...
But
the fact that Keith Richards exists is a drug warrant in itself.
That is also very true.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like they were kind of deserved.
They kind of deserved, but also the airport officials probably were being kind of dicks. A lot of the time, they're dicks.
Yeah, that's true. It really depends. But I don't know. I'm siding with air traffic.
Well, you know what?
I'm siding on airport security on this one.
Listen, I'm being nconformist.
Okay, well,
I'm fighting for the working man.
Think about it now. In 1967, how strict was the security? He probably he was just a quick pat down. He didn't have to take off his shoes. He didn't have to do anything. They probably glanced in his bag. I bring a little too much toothpaste on the plane now, and I'm panicking. So it's 1967.
Dude, I used to get fingers in the butt a lot. I don't know why. They just before they had the thing that you stand in that scans all the way around. I used to get pulled aside for the random searches frequently.
Really, that's funny. I've got pat down a couple times and I'm fine. I mean, I'm not on no-fly list, so
yeah,
I'm not red flagged. You're probably red flagged every time you come into the airport.
Dude, I don't know why. It's not like I did anything wrong. I didn't fly a plane into a building. Fuck.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. In 1968, the outspoken Frank Zappa performs at a diner for the National Academy of Recording Artists and Sciences, who are the people who give us the Grammys. Mm-hmm. Zappa says the event is a load of pompous hook'em and tells the audience, all year long, you people have manufactured this crap. Now for one night, you're going to have to listen to it.
Nice.
Nice.
That sounds like the most Frank Zappa thing to Frank Zappa ever zapped.
Yeah, he definitely zapped the Zappa.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a very Zappa.
When I was a little kid, I thought that Frank Zappa and Frank Sinatra were the same person.
I gotta okay, sorry, I just needed to take that in. I was gonna say I have a fun thing. I don't remember the name of his kids, but I can guarantee his kids have some really strange names.
I was searching this up recently.
Yeah.
So, Moon Unit.
Moon Unit.
Nice.
Then you have Dweevil.
Dweevil Zappa and Moon Unit Zappa.
There's one more, and it's 18 names.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, of course.
I just know that he named his kids some really terrible things.
Okay.
Moon Unit Zappa.
In 1973, one of the most memorable moments, Stevie Wonder plays a funky 7-minute live version of Superstition on Sesame Street. That's pretty funny.
I like that.
Okay.
Diva Muffin.
Diva Muffin?
Diva Muffin.
Diva Muffin Zappa.
Wow. Brought to you by the Muffin Man.
Yeah. Brought to you by drugs.
Okay. Releases from this year. Or from this day. In going back into this year.
Yes.
Previous years on this day.
Yes, I understand.
This day in history.
Yeah, I understand the concept of the bit. Yeah.
Today in music history.
Yes.
Releases.
I understand. I get it.
In 1989.
Yes.
On this day.
Yes.
Garth Brooks released his self-titled debut album.
Nice.
In 2011, on this day, Foo Fighters released their 7th studio album, Wasting Light. In 2005, on this day,
Yes.
Mariah Carey released The Emancipation of Mimi.
Oh, was that the one with like Obsessed with Me and fucking what's the other one? She's got those.
I know for sure was obsessed with.
Yeah, why are you so obsessed with me? There's another one she's got that was a certified banger off that album.
Yeah, fuck.
I forget the other one it's called. But
I just remember it was played a lot on Sirius XM Hits 1
yeah,
at the time because my dad had that.
Yeah, and I know Obsessed with Me is about Eminem, like they're beefing. They used to beef.
Why?
I don't know. I have a feeling Eminem was probably being a dick.
I mean, I have a feeling he probably made fun of Nick Cannon's rapping.
But to be fair, Mariah Carey can, she's the most humble, down to earth.
100%.
Really, really, the woman of the people.
Honestly.
So
her and Gwyneth Paltrow are leading us to a new age.
I mean, how dare Gwyneth Paltrow's extremely expensive ski vacation be interrupted by a man getting critically injured. How terrible. Poor Gwyneth. I mean, how's she going to produce more vagina-scented candles? Yeah, her pH will never be the same. That's good, Sam. That was a good one. I mean, all this money she made off of her really inexpensive, products. The philanthropist company known as Goop,
which also gross name.
Yeah,
gross
yeah.
name.
Isn't her child named Apple?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anywho,
okay, and the last release in 1982, on this day, John Cougar Mellencamp
nice
released American Fool.
Nice. Has that got Little Diddy?
I don't know which one that has.
Yeah, I think that's probably got Little Diddy.
I mean, he should diddy on out.
Sucking on chili dogs.
Sucking on a chili dog.
That's the best cover of all time.
Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili
dog.
Okay, so every episode on Misfits on Vinyl, we review an album. Sometimes it's one of our favorites. Sometimes it's a popular one. Sometimes it crosses over. And sometimes Sam gives us an album.
To do. And this is one of those. I say it falls in the...
It falls in the popular category.
Yeah, the popular... If there was an extra diagram to this Venn diagram, it would be Sam's orders and popular. This would be in the middle of that one.
It crosses over on this half of it. It's like... There's 4 circles.
I'd say this album is a big part of popular music for our demographic growing up. This was kind of the big sound of, grade 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was, I think, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Somewhere in there. This album that we were reviewing, I guess we should mention it.
Yes.
It is Katy Perry, Teenage Dream.
Yeah. Woo. Everything begins to make sense while we're dressed like we are.
Now you understand.
Yeah, now you get it.
If you're watching on YouTube. one of our 8 YouTube viewers.
Yes.
YouTube's been popping off in the last little bit.
It has been popping off. It has been popping
After
off.
our triumphant Supertramp episode,
That-
we're back.
Honestly, tramping it up.
Yeah, we are back.
We are back.
With this great album, this pop classic.
So, about the album, Teenage Dream is the 3rd studio album by American singer Katy Perry.
Mm-hmm.
It was released on August 24th, 2010 through Capitol Records. But there was a lot of singles from this that came out just before that.
Just beforehand, yeah.
Like California Girls was the first, I think,
Yeah.
single from it. And then there was the one that was on, it was recorded around the same time, If We Ever Meet Again.
That's I don't know if that's on this album.
I looked into this. It was included as like a bonus on like digital downloads.
Okay, interesting.
But not a part of the album itself.
That was a popular one, and then of course Teenage Dream,
Yeah.
E.T. There's
Last Friday Night.
yeah, there's
Peacock.
Yeah,
Firework.
Firework was the big one.
What's
The
that?
one that got away.
The one that got away. There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Which sounds exactly like another song later in the album that I didn't know that
Yeah.
until I listened to the whole
There you
album.
go.
But I was like, wow, she was really recycling.
This
beats
is
here.
this is like basically we talk about it in a couple seconds here, but she brought in a bunch of really heavy hitter producers on this album to make like literally some of the best production people are on this album. Some, they have crazy statistics. They worked with crazy amounts of popular artists. So they kind of made this album to be one of the biggest pop albums ever.
And
That was the purpose.
They succeeded.
And they succeeded.
They succeeded
yeah.
really well.
Mhm.
Because like she was right at her peak of like just coming out of like Hot and Cold and I Kissed a Girl, like that. She's still riding that high. And
Well, that's where she broke out on that album, One of
Yeah.
the Boys. That was in 2008.
Yeah.
So she kind of was writing a couple smash hits off of that album into this, which this is a different sound than that album as well. That album was a little more rock influenced. This one is very straight pop.
except for Circle the Drain.
Yeah.
That one is very like when I was listening to that I was like, shit, this sounds kind of like a Paramore song, like it had that same like tempo, fucking very high energy, faster. I was like, damn, okay, was not expecting this.
Yeah, because she was doing a lot of rock stuff. She was on Warped Tour and
which that's wild to me.
Yeah, she did Warped Tour in 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was this is a bit of a switch in sound for her.
Just taking a swing to the fences.
And which you don't really think about it because Katy Perry's been so pop now for such a long time, but this was kind of the first big shift into making like straight big hits.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Okay, so it was recorded throughout 2009 and early 2010 using multiple studios in and around LA, New York, and Atlanta. Primarily a pop record, Teenage Dream also contains elements of disco, electric, rock, funk, house, high energy, and hip-hop that revolves around young love, partying, self-empowerment, and personal growth. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?
I don't, because plastic bags have been banned in grocery stores, so I feel more like a paper bag. Yeah, we don't get plastic bags anymore.
I mean, I still see them floating around.
Yeah, I feel like a reusable bag.
Ah.
Yeah.
I like-
Sitting in the cupboard, and then when you go to the grocery store, you never bring them.
And you have to buy more of
Yeah,
them?
then you have to buy more, yeah.
I
That's what
do that
That's what I
literally
feel
every
like.
single
That's
time.
what I feel like,
I
yeah.
have an entire bag of reusable
I know.
bags.
Every time I go, I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck, I forgot my bags. So then I have to fucking either buy the paper bags for 15 cents a pop or...
Or you just go, shit, I'll just carry everything in
Yeah,
my
I'll just do
hands.
this. It's true.
Okay, Perry co-wrote the album and worked with a number of producers, as you just mentioned, such as Dr. Luke, Max Martin, Benny Blanco, Stargate, and Greg Wells. Max Martin co-wrote over 25 number one hits, including Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears, It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC, and I Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. He's the songwriter with the third most number one singles on the charts behind only Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
Yeah.
In addition, he is tied with George Martin for the most Hot 100 number one songs as a producer with 23.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
George Martin's the fifth Beatle or whatever. He's the extra guy, but that did all the production for them. But I mean, he's a super heavy hitter. Not only like the ones that you mentioned, but he wrote a bunch of the big songs off of 1989, Taylor Swift. He co-wrote a bunch of those. I mean, he's basically got his finger on every other or every third number one track.
Wow.
Since like the early 2000s.
That's
it's pretty
crazy.
It's pretty incredible. Yeah, he's got a really, really crazy like track record. It's very impressive.
His track list is insane.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Swedish.
Is Swedish. Well, yeah, with Max Martin, I assumed he'd be a Swede. Greg Wells is a multiple Grammy-winning Canadian musician, record producer, songwriter, and audio engineer. Has songs on over 130 million albums sold.
Yeah, he sold.
Wow,
yes, yeah,
that's crazy. He's worked with Adele, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Ariana Grande, Michael Bublé, The Greatest Showman.
He wrote the Greatest Showman soundtrack. Yeah,
Kid Cudi. Okay, I'm just gonna scan through that. Keith Urban, nice. Celine Dion, 21 Pilots, Aerosmith. Holy shit, okay. He started out in Kim Mitchell's band playing on the keys. Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Might as well go for a soda and patio lanterns.
That is fucking crazy.
That's a little Canadian legend, Kim Mitchell.
You know what? That's pretty amazing.
Those patio
I would have never
lanterns.
connected Kim Mitchell and Katy Perry.
There you go.
That's wild.
There's a through line there. Yeah, he played with Kim Mitchell in the late 80s and early 90s before he got into songwriting and record producing.
That's nuts. Okay, so Benny Blanco co-produced and co-wrote a multitude of hit songs in the 2000s and thereafter. Contributed to the sale of over 500 million albums worldwide. Yep. Working with Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Maroon 5, Kesha, Britney Spears, Rihanna, Sia, The Weeknd, Selena Gomez. Jesus Christ, if you just went into with him, it really seems like you could just look at the top.
This is really interesting because all these producers. So Max Martin mentored Dr. Luke. The Dr. Luke mentored Benny Blanco.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're all kind of in the same family. They've worked together on lots of different stuff.
Now, controversial producer that you just mentioned,
yes.
Dr. Luke, worked on the album and has worked with such artists as Doja Cat, Kelly Clarkson, Pink, Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, and Kesha, which we can
leave for another time.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know if you know about the whole...
No.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into it a little bit. But, yeah, Kesha had sued Dr. Luke for R-wording her. This producer,
okay.
But the court case has been settled. He didn't get charged. But it's tough to say what, I'm not a lawyer. I never followed the case that closely.
Yeah.
But it's still very, shrouded in cloud. Yeah. Controversy. It kind of ruined this guy's reputation. Kesha also, has taken a bit of a hit that it, whether it's true or not, I side that I believe her, but it's very tough to say what really happened. And
what are you really gaining from making that up about a producer in the industry?
Yeah, that she wrote a bunch of smash records with too.
Yeah.
So that's maybe something, again, we talk about it another time and get a little more detail, because I don't know if I know enough to fully explain the situation, but that's kind of the and
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm stupid.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So that also...
Okay, Katy wanted to step away from her more soft rock and pop rock sounds on the second album. One of the Boys, which produced hit songs Hot and Cold and I Kissed a Girl, looking to make a more pure pop record that had playful tracks mixed with personal insights. Mm-hmm. God damn, did she do it.
She sure did.
She fucking hit that on the head. Okay. About the artist, Catherine Elizabeth Hudson. Mm-hmm. Was born October 25th, 1984, in Santa Barbara, California, to Pentecostal pastors Mary Christine and Maurice Keith Hudson. Both of her parents turned to religion after a wild youth. Mm-hmm. That sucks for her.
And they really turned to religion.
Oh, they certainly did.
Bet.
Yep. From the ages of 3 to 11, she frequently moved across the country as her very strict parents set up churches before settling again in Santa Barbara. Growing up, she attended religious schools and camps, including Paradise Valley Christian School in Arizona and Santa Barbara Christian School in California, during her elementary years. Her family struggled financially, sometimes using food stamps and eating food from the food bank, which also fed the congregation at their church. Mm-hmm. That's really fucking sad. Because you know that part of that is just from like going all in on the religion thing. That sucks. Growing up, Perry and her siblings were not allowed to eat the cereal Lucky Charms, as the word luck reminded her mother of Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Just wait till the next one. This next one's cringy.
And we're also required to call deviled eggs angeled eggs. God, I hate people that are heavily religious like this. It's so insane to me.
It's so stupid. It's like, maybe just don't eat deviled eggs.
Yeah.
I got such a beef with it. I mean,
also, like, what? Oh, God, that's insane. Okay. Perry primarily listened to gospel music, as non-religious music was generally discouraged in the family's house. Of course it was.
Yeah.
She discovered popular music through CDs she would sneak from her friends. She recalled a story about how a friend of hers played You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette, which impacted her songwriting and singing. She graduated high school at age 15. Holy shit.
Yeah, she got all of the requirements for her GED, and then at 15 she stopped going to school because she graduated and started pursuing music. Yeah.
Good for her. And I know initially she was going for a little Christian-y
there's a little bit in that as well
thing.
About that, yeah.
So she signed with Red Hill Records, recorded her debut album, a contemporary Christian record titled Katy Hudson, which was released on March 6, 2001. Katy Hudson received mixed reviews from the I couldn't. For commercially
I forgive you.
It's maybe the worst thing that happened in 2001.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay, so it was commercially unsuccessful, selling an estimated 200 copies before the label ceased operations in December. Transitioning from gospel to secular music, she started working with producer Glenn Ballard and moved to Los Angeles at age 17. 2004, she signed to Ballard's label Java Records, but dropped from the label within the year. She was signed as a solo artist to Columbia Records in 2006 and spent some time writing music for others.
Yeah, she wrote songs for Kelly Clarkson, and she wrote a song for Selena Gomez.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, early Selena Gomez. But yeah, she didn't have a lot of individual success at that time. With her solo work,
which honestly I feel like a lot of it's kind of like when you see comics that work as a writer on a show for a while, they end up becoming better comics after.
Yeah, she was in the long game. I mean, she recorded her first record in 2001, and she didn't start popping off till 2007, 2008.
Yeah,
so she was in it for the long run. 6-7 years of just being dropped and picked up from other record labels and not getting her albums produced. I know at Java she had an album in the work, and then they dropped her from the label before she got to finish her album.
Fuck.
Yeah, so that's happened a couple times with her.
Okay, so this is something that I added in. Mm-hmm. In 2005, she briefly dated actor Johnny Lewis. Now, Johnny Lewis was on Sons of Anarchy, and then he was kind of like rising actor star. He kept popping up and stuff, and he was a guest star on a lot of things. And then he suffered a motorcycle accident, and they suspect that there was brain damage caused from the accident, but they never actually gave him an MRI. So for years he was kind of
I've heard of this
going
guy,
through psychotic breaks, and then he'd feel fine again, and he would go, but he wasn't acting in all this time. And then in 2000, and I think it was 8, I just had to look it up there, but in 2008, he had a psychotic break and murdered his landlady and assaulted the painter next door.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, and his landlady was taking him in, and he wasn't even paying rent or anything. It was supposed to be help him get on his feet sort of a situation.
Shit.
And she had done this for a lot of people before. And he murdered her, and then went outside and tried to assault the people next door, and they locked themselves in there, and then he ended up dead too. So the police came there, and there was it was a horrific scene.
Wow.
But so I watched a whole documentary about him, so I wanted to throw that one in
I
there.
didn't know that. I did hear about this story before. Very briefly, though, I didn't know. I know he murdered somebody, but I didn't know the complete details.
Yeah.
We do get a bit into her romantic life, too. So that's one boyfriend.
That's one boyfriend.
She also dated Travie McCoy from Gym Class Heroes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another one she dated.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Really picking the winners here.
Oh, there's another one we got to talk about.
All right, Perry had minor success prior to the breakthrough. One of the songs recorded for her album with Ballard, Simple, was featured on the soundtrack for the 2005 film The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I forgot that movie existed. What a fucking awful fucking movie. She provided backing vocals on Mick Jagger's song Old Habits Die Hard, which was included to the soundtrack to the film Elfie.
With Jude Law.
In 2007 to 2008, that was like her breakthrough with one of the boys. Mm-hmm. After Columbia dropped Perry, her demos ended up at Capitol Records, where she signed in 2007. The label arranged for her to work with Dr. Luke to add an undeniable smash to her existing material. Bad choice of words there. Perry and Dr. Luke co-wrote this.
From Wikipedia.
Perry and Dr. Luke co-wrote the songs I Kissed a Girl and Hot and Cold. One of the boys, released June 17th, 2008, garnered mixed critical reviews and reached number 9 on the U.S. Billboard 200. The album went on to sell 7 million copies worldwide. Mm-hmm. God damn.
So then there's a little bit of, I didn't fill in all the information, but after this she went on tour, Warped Tour, and then she did an MTV Unplugged album.
Nice.
And then she went into Teenage Dream.
And she married Russell Brand.
Yes.
On October 23rd, 2010. In a traditional Hindu ceremony, of course it was, in Rajasthan, India. Mm-hmm. On December 30th, 2011, Brand announced that they were divorcing after 14 months of marriage. Perry later stated that conflicting career schedules and his desire to have children before she was ready led to the end of the marriage, and that he never spoke to her again after sending a text message that he was divorcing her. While Brand asserted that he divorced her due to her commercial success and reluctance to engage in activism, she was initially distraught over their divorce and said she contemplated I can't say that or we'll get demonetized. Okay. Unalive. She contemplated unaliving herself. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, if I was married to Russell Brand, I'd also want to unalive myself.
I would also want to unalive myself.
I watched 5 minutes of one of his YouTube videos and I contemplated hard. So,
man, like he, like, you know what? There was a hot minute where he was funny, you know, in like around that time.
I thought he was good in a couple movies. I can't say he was anything incredible.
No, he wasn't incredible.
I thought he was funny in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and he's good. He's okay, and Get Him into the Greek.
I like that movie. I will stand by that.
And what else was he in?
There was a few other ones. There was
that terrible remake we talked about.
Yep, fucking Arthur remake.
Remake, that was bad.
That was really bad. Yeah, no, he's just not good at maybe keeping his mouth shut.
Yeah.
And especially when he talks about issues that affect people that listen to him, but do not affect him at all. Mm-hmm. As a rich white dude from he's England.
He's slightly hypocritical. I mean, he's so caring and so loving to
we all
people,
just need to do yoga and
but he divorced his wife over text. What a bitch move.
Yeah, what
a pussy ass move.
You know what? You know, the next time he's on Joe Rogan, he should get choke slammed to the ground. I would love to see that fight.
I would love to force feed Russell Brand a steak.
Oh my god! But meat is murder.
You can have some Wagyu. I'm gonna force feed him some Wagyu.
It's not fair. Meat is murder. He has such an annoying voice.
He sure
too.
does.
Oh
I'm not a big fan, as you can tell.
Yeah, his stand-up was pretty fucking subpar.
I've never seen his stand-up.
Oh, it's so it's like, I don't know what it is, but when somebody's like too arrogant on stage, you just go, ugh.
What, Russell Brand being arrogant? Unheard of.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Unheard of. He's up there with Mariah Carey and Gwyneth Paltrow as the most humble people ever to live.
Honestly, yeah. I would love to see a talk show with the three of them. Yeah, holy shit.
That would make great TV.
Oh my god. That would be amazing. Okay, so Prism was released on October 18th, 2013, and has sold 4 million copies as of August 2015. It received favorable reviews from critics, and it included the track Roar. Also included Dark Horse.
Yep.
And, I can't think of any others.
This is, I think, her peak, because the later half of the career, a lot of the songs she released were kind of doo-doo.
Yeah. On February 1st, 2015, she performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. Lenny Kravitz and Missy Elliott served as special guests for the show. Her performance was critically acclaimed, and the Guinness World Records announced 2 days after the singer's halftime show that it garnered 118.5 million views in the U.S., becoming the most watched halftime show in Super Bowl history. The viewership was higher than the game itself, which had an audience of 114 million. That's fucked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Album Witness was released in 2017, received mixed reviews, debuted at number 1 in the U.S. Still debuted at number 1. She's still making bank off it.
I got that song like Swish Swish and some other one on it. It's okay. Rest work.
In 2017, Calvin Harris released the song titled Feels, which featured Perry, Big Sean, and Pharrell Williams. Weird combo. The song went to reach number 1 in the UK, and then Perry began hosting a concert residency named Play at Resorts World Las Vegas on December 29th, 2021. The Santa Barbara Independent reported that Perry's contract deal for the residency is worth $168 million. Jesus Christ. She's also a judge on American Idol.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, she's been a judge on American Idol for the past like 4 or 5 years with Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan. And then she's, doing this residency and fucking making bank.
I quite honestly don't understand how residencies make money.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
it does, but what? I guess I'm just confused. Like 168 million for
you get like Adele or Katy Perry or Celine Dion, whoever it is, and you have them doing 5 or 6 shows a week.
Yeah,
sold out. $300-400 a ticket in a smaller venue.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, and you have it for like 4 years or 3 years, 2 years, whatever their contract length is.
Yeah,
it seems like a very. Not only does it bring in revenue from the tickets in the show, it also brings people to come stay at your hotel. Spend money on the food,
what I would
the gambling.
love more than anything? A fucking stand-up residency. Just 5 nights a week at the exact same location.
You need to learn how to do something with puppets. That seems how you get residencies in Vegas.
That's not necessarily. I think Larry the Cable Guy has one.
Nice.
I think he had one or had
Carrot Top.
Yeah. Still. I guess he does props though. So
yeah,
that's a type of puppet.
I want to add Katy Perry's residency with that contract payout was only a residency for 32 shows.
32 shows for $168 million. Wow.
That's nuts.
Okay, I got to really start learning how to play the guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't say.
Like, god damn.
That's very impressive.
That is really impressive.
You'd also have to, build a world-famous career for about 15 years. And
that's true.
Yeah.
But that would work out to what, like $7 million a show? Like...
How good's your math? 168 divided by 32.
Maybe no, it'd be like 4.
$5.25 million.
$5.25 million a show.
That's pretty good.
So how much are those tickets then? Because that's insane. Like that is like. Sorry, Sam, I'm making you do a lot here. I'm just like.
What was the theater again?
It is the
something in Vegas.
Resorts World Las Vegas. Resorts World Las Vegas.
That's okay. We can move on, and Sam will let us know in a minute.
All right. Track lists or notable singles. We've talked about them already, but Teenage Dream, which is written as a throwback to her teenage years. Power pop and electro pop song, which features distinct retro sound. Inspiration for the track was Madonna and the Cardigans. Last Friday night, the song recalls a true experience that Perry had while partying in Santa Barbara, which included streaking in a park, dancing on tables, and partying in a club. Musically, the song is styled in the genre of disco, high energy, while taking influence from dance pop. The lead single, California Girls, continues the retro sound carried from Teenage Dream and is written as an answer to Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Pays tribute to the beach lifestyle of California. The song utilizes the genres of disco, funk pop, and electro pop. All right, and it also features Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I want to read Snoop Dogg's verse here for you.
While you get that quickly, I'll tell you. Resorts World seats just under 5,000 people, and the lowest ticket price is $125, with the highest ticket price being almost $600.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, I guess they would make that back in 32 shows.
Yeah, I wanted to just...
That also does, like, because that's Resorts World, so you might even... There probably is some sort of package deal. If you get a room at Resorts World, you could probably get a discount.
Yeah.
Like, it's attracting people to come to the casino. It's, like, more than...
I like that we're really deep diving into the financial legitimateness of this.
This is how we became the #1 music history English-speaking podcast in Chile.
I just want to... read
wild.
this... I want to read this quote from the Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
This is the best part of the whole song, actually. Bikinis, zucchinis, martinis, no weenies. Just a king and a queenie.
Wild, wild West Coast. These are the girls I love the most. I mean, she's the one.
She's a freak. She drives a Jeep. Beep, beep.
Yeah, what the fuck was that line? Okay, the fourth track, Firework. I don't really want to get into that song. I'm sorry. It's just, we know what it is.
Yeah, we do.
Fucking, okay, I have to say this, though, that when I was in, like, grade 12, Sask Express, which was, like, they would go around. It was basically theater kids who couldn't make it in theater went and did Sask Express, where they would go and sing in schools.
Oh, it's like Kid Bop, but
yeah,
Saskatchewan. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and they would tour around. So they came like every year. And
what's the financial viability of that?
Oh
Jesus.
God, who knows? But in 2000 I guess it was 2013. They came to my school when I was in grade 12, and if we wanted to sing a song with them, we got to miss the first half of the day to like learn the choreography and stuff. And it was for Fireworks, so I went and did that. There's a picture in the yearbook of me doing part of the dance where I'm just like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, what the hell? They went to a school with 5 children to teach them how to dance.
Oh, God. It was so dumb.
But fuck no, Saskatchewan.
The one that got away, rock and pop ballad, stated that she wrote the song about when you promise someone forever, but you end up not being able to follow through. It's a bittersweet story.
It is.
It's a bittersweet symphony, my love. Okay. The 8th song, E.T., is a song about falling in love with a foreigner. Remix of... I'm sorry.
Straight from Wikipedia.
I'm sorry.
I think it's about Russell Brand.
Maybe. He looks like a fucking alien. His fucking protruding forehead and receding hairline. Fucking oblong face, shaved face. He's got a pointy chin and a big round top of his head.
Yeah. Extra ET actually stands for extra Tay.
ET stands for exit text.
Yeah. That was well done.
Okay. Reception of the album. With California Girls, Teenage Dream, Fireworks, E.T., and Last Friday Night, Teenage Dream is the second album in history to have 5 #1 singles after Michael Jackson's 1987 Bad to top the U.S. Hot 100, and the first by a woman to achieve this milestone. Its 6th single, The One That Got Away, peaked at number 3 on the chart. The album debuted at number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200, selling 192,000 copies in its first week. And the album was later certified 9 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America for combined album sales. track sales, on-demand audio, video streams equivalent of 9 million album sale units. That's insane. And the album has gone on to sell 3.1 million copies in the U.S. and charted in the top 40 of the Billboard 200 year-end chart 3 years in a row. The album sold 1.3 million copies in the U.K., and the album and its singles earned Perry 7 Grammy Award nominations, including Album of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album, and Record of the Year. Did she win any of them?
No.
Damn, that's insane. November 5th, 2022, Teenage Dream became the 6th album of all time to spend 300 weeks on the Billboard Top 200.
Yep.
That's crazy. The album streamed over 3 billion times, peaked at number 1 on 9 different international charts, and critically, Metacritic, it has a score of 52 out of 100.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I think it's one of those albums like we've had a couple where in hindsight people realize the impact, whether or not they believe it's, a super high quality album, they understand the impact on the music scene as a whole.
Or if it's like justified in their opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't received great reviews, but I mean, how much has been streamed? Over 3 billion times.
That's insane.
It's fucking nuts.
That's
and it was on the
crazy.
Billboard Top 200 for like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's nuts.
Because like All Music, it's 4 out of 5. Billboard was 4 out of 5. Rolling Stone 3 out of 5. But we know that they don't know what they're talking about. Slant magazine gave it 1.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Matthew Cole of Slant called it overproduced bad girl debauchery, claiming that Perry has found a way to lower the bar. Wow. Okay. The reception has grown more positive over time, like we've said. Pitchfork called the album a crowning achievement, and not just of her career, but of its style. EDM and disco and pop, bold and belting, entirely processed yet instantly recognizable, robust yet shitsy. Wow. Discover Music wrote that the album holds an outsized influence on pop music and many of the artists that she helped inspire. Okay. Now let's get into...
I have a criticism.
You have a criticism?
Yeah, kind of what we talked about before. I mean, the side D of this album is not great. I mean, I'll read the first couple tracks in a row, and you could make a claim that there's a lot of bangers on the front side of this album. So Teenage Dream is followed by Last Friday Night.
Both bangers.
And then it's followed by California Girls.
All 3 of those are great.
Yeah, and then it's followed by Firework.
It's know what, I don't like it, but I know all the words.
And it's followed by followed by Peacock.
Which you know what, I knew the lyrics, but I didn't know the song. But
that song's okay.
It hit pop culture though.
And then it's followed by Circle the Drain, which is okay.
I would say it's good though. Like I would put that on the end.
And then it's The One That Got Away, and
which
then
that one's
E.T.,
good.
And then it's Who Am I Living For?
Not good.
And then it's Pearl.
Not good.
And then it's Hummingbird Heartbeat, which was written for Russell Brand.
Which that one is really bad and cringy. I hated that song. I hadn't heard it until I was listening to the album this week, and I was like, this is like just not good.
And then it's followed by Not Like the Movies.
Yeah, that one I also was not a big fan of. So I would agree with you. The last like 4 songs are pretty duddy.
Yeah. So I'd say it's, I mean, and for what it is too, I don't find myself listening to this album on a regular basis, but I will say, in my personal opinion, Teenage Dream is one of the best pop songs ever written. That song slaps.
Why did you say it like that?
Why not?
You were like, it's one of the best pop songs ever written. It slaps. You were like lisping into it.
I didn't do it on purpose, but that's how excited I got.
You got so excited you developed a list.
Yeah, I have to see a speech pathologist.
Speech pathologist
after this. But yeah, I think it's one of the best songs. Best pop songs ever written.
Best pop songs ever written.
Where we hitting the gwitty right now? Where we wrote one of the best pop songs ever. We all know a kid that talked like that. Yeah, it's true.
That's so true. There was always that one, and he was also the one that would like spit a lot when he talked.
Oh yeah. He went away hitting the gritty right now.
There was a kid like that I rode the bus. I don't even remember the kid's name. Like this is I was like 8. It was when I lived in Invermere. I had to sit beside him on the bus, and after the Scholastic Fair, he got a fucking Canucks poster.
After the Scholastic
Fair, he got a Canucks poster, and he was looking at the poster, and he was like, Toy Botuzi! And he was just like yelling every player's name.
The thing with these kids is like there was nothing mentally wrong with them. They were normal kids. They just talked funny.
They just talked stupid. They just talked really weird.
Yeah. I just love that that's getting popular on the internet now. There's people doing the impressions of those kids.
Man, there's so much.
Because everybody knows one.
Everyone knows one.
Yeah, we do.
I have one that's on the podcast with me each week.
Were we on a podcast for a while?
Will we on a podcast for a while?
All right, I think we've killed the bit.
Every week on Misfits on Vinyl, we review on technical element, musical element, lyrics, reception, album art, and does it hold up? Mm-hmm. Okay, technical element.
I mean, it's tough to argue with like having like 3 of the best producers to ever touch pop music on one album.
And 5 producers in total.
Yeah,
that's
nuts.
crazy.
And I mean, countless fucking songwriters and tons of different people involved. I mean, I won't say it's the best thing in the world, but some of the tracks are certainly very catchy, and the music and the production is, very high quality. But I can't say I love the way all the songs sound.
Yeah, I feel like
it's very generic.
Yeah, there's like I said, like even Circle the Drain, which I think is a good song. It does just sound like a Paramore song. I don't know. I'd give it like probably a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's a fair rating. I was leaning more towards a 6.5, but I think 7 is probably a little more accurate.
Yeah, musical element though. On the other hand, this is where it's kind of dividing because half the songs are really good and the other half are fucking really bad. So
I'm coming in at a 5.
Yeah, I'm coming in at a hard 5 on musical element. Lyrics. The plastic bag one, the fucking Snoop Dogg lyric. I mean, come on. There's some funny lyrics in this album that are like, I would probably go like, I
can't go high.
I can't go high.
No,
either.
You can't go high.
I gotta go like a 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5. I'll go 5.
So right now we're at like a 5.5 out of 10. Reception. It was received mixed. It was literally 50 out of 100.
Yeah, it sold so well. I mean, I think I got to go over a 50, over a 5 on it. Like, I'd go a 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah,
because the hindsight and retrospect as well also gained some.
That's also true.
Yeah.
I'd probably agree with you on a 6.
Yeah.
I think a 6. So we're at a 6 out of 10 right now. Album art's pretty good. I would say it's pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty iconic. She's lying on cotton candy clouds. Yeah. And it kind of suits the tone of the album. Apparently she was going for like her like art direction on this album was like a Liechtenstein sort of pop art kind of was what she was going for. So that's like the big colors and the colored outfits and the kind of cartoony like music videos, stuff like that.
Yeah.
She was going for a Liechtenstein sort of vibe apparently.
Well, nailed it.
Yeah, there you go. I like the album cover. Album cover, I'd go in an 8.
Yeah, I'd go an 8 too. So we're at a 7 out of 10. And does it hold up? I'd say yes.
I say relatively.
Relatively, I'd say yes. I would say like the songs that hold up really hold up, but the songs that don't.
I think personally, I'm more of a 6.5 out of 10 in total on this album. I don't know if I want to give it a 7, even though our aggregate score added up to a 7. I don't know if I want to give it a 7. I think that puts it into like the, we've had a lot of albums coming in around a 7. I think it's more of a 6.5.
I mean, in all fairness, we made Bruce Springsteen 8.5 out of 10.
That's true. Yeah, that was our first episode. We have to cut ourselves some slack.
Some swag? You're doing it intentionally now. You're doing it intentionally after I got in trouble for doing it.
We'll go 6.5. We'll go 6.5.
Okay, we'll go with 6.75.
That's fine.
Yeah. 6.75 out of 10. Okay. Well, that's
yeah, what a mess of an episode today was.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Okay, that was God damn it! Right when I'm getting into the intro. Okay.
That was Misfits on Vinyl.
This was Misfits on Vinyl.
Yes.
Please like and subscribe. Send us your album recs. Come visit us at the Comic Expo.
Yes, come see Spencer on tour.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Anal contusions.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Misfits on Vinyl, hosted by Spencer Streichert and me, Aaron Walsh, and of course produced by Sam the Tech Man, Sam Lindsay. If you like us, please rate us, subscribe to us, share us. Our socials are Misfits on Vinyl Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. If you want to send us an email with any suggestions or criticisms, we love that shit, so send it away. It's misfitsonvinyl@gmail.com. We love you guys. Thank you.